and welcome back to the We Got the Chocolates podcast. Check out these less than marvellous bits coming up.
Dad, like semi-empty stadium, but enough people there to sort of blend in. He goes, "Catch the fucking ball, Shannon." And Dad's sort of sitting there just going like,
I know you studied chemistry.
Nope.
"No, again, every week.
Still not chemistry.
No, I need help. I can hear this music blaring, and I'm just like, I need help. ASAP. I'm like ringing in, no answer. I'm just like, and she's like, "Oh, I thought I heard something."
Scouts, welcome back to the We Got the Chocolates podcast. I'm Lee.
I'm Skin.
I'm Gody.
And Mickers is away, actually, again, which is pretty regular, in fact. But luckily, we do have Dave, who you would know from such segments as Dave the Brit Knows Jack Shit. He is behind the cameras, muted, obviously, at the moment. But, no, just jump in if you need, mate. Or don't, whatever. Up to you. You've probably arrived by accident, but definitely stay for a laugh. We Got the Chocolates. That's a win. I'll start you off with a true story. Not all my stories are true. This happened on the weekend, which I found quite unusual. Went to the Sands pub for a meal.
I quite like that pub,
It's
actually.
a good pub.
Good pub.
Good spot.
Yeah, so beautiful spot in Cleveland. If you're listening from, that's Cleveland, Queensland, not Cleveland
Ohio.
in the US. Yeah.
Yes.
So if you're listening from, anywhere near that vicinity, then get down there. They're great people.
Huge population down there.
Yeah, exactly. No, but we'd sort of eaten our meal and the big meal sizes, so had a little bit left over. Anyway, as we were sitting there and having a beer, a guy came over and was like, "Chockies," to me, and he knew one of my mates, so it was like a connection there. But he had a guy with him that we didn't know at all, never met before. Introduced him, shook hands. Literally after shaking hands, I reckon 0.4 of a second later, he looked at Bailey, who I was with, Bailey's plate. He's like, "Are you finished with this?" He's got one piece of calamari left on his plate. And Bailey's like, yeah.
I guess.
Literally, he's like, "You don't mind, do you?"
I am now, yeah.
We're like, "Well, I mean, it's kind of weird, but
How do you say? But how do you say no to that? It's like, I do mind because it's fucking weird.
he just started hoeing into it. He's like, "Oh, but yeah, I know it's a bit strange we just met, but calamari's calamari."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Well, yeah, it is, but I mean."
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it is.
It's also $9 as an entree, so go buy your own, you fuckhead.
And then the other thing is
it is a bold move.
He'd finished eating it, and then he was just like, "That was definitely yours, wasn't it?" I was like, "Well, I mean, what if it wasn't?"
It's too late now. Yeah.
What do you want us to do? Very strange, unusual. So then obviously I had the vegan chicken parmigiana.
Yeah, perfect.
And I had a bite left of that as well, and taking the piss. I was like, "Mate, do you want this?" He's like, "Absolutely, seriously." It's like, "There's something wrong with you." Sure. Go on, have it, mate.
Go for it. Do my credit card as well and get you dessert.
No, let me eat half first, and then you have the leftovers.
I appreciate it. You don't want to let good food go to waste.
I don't appreciate it. That's fucking weird.
Okay. All right.
No, you don't want to let good food go to waste. I'm happy to agree with you there, but I think you can let other people's food go to waste.
Okay.
That's my stance. But anyway, move us on to a joke of the day, joke of the week, Skin with Jeff. Yes.
Yeah, we've had one sent in. We've got a voice recording down the bottom of our website. If you want to send in a joke or anything else for that matter, if you want to hear yourself on a podcast episode, please go send us a recording there. This one comes in from Andrew.
You're welcome.
No, not that Andrew.
Here it is.
G'day lads, Andrew here. I wanted to submit a double for joke of the day. First up, what is Beethoven's favourite fruit? Banana.
Wow.
Follow that one up with what is Bruce Lee's favourite drink? What the? Anyway, lads, thanks very much for the podcast. I live over in Switzerland, the land of Chocky, and wanted to say keep up the good work. A little short on humour over here, so your podcast has been a bacon saver. All the best, lads. Thanks again.
Did he say a bacon
He said a
saver?
bacon saver, yeah.
Yeah.
What does that even mean?
A bacon saver.
What does it mean to save your bacon?
I don't know.
People say it.
Yeah, I know what to
Yeah.
say.
So I've written it.
People also say bring home the bacon.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And that means money, I assume?
Oh, bring home the good stuff, I reckon.
Okay.
The first I ever heard that, my old man, Steve Goaty, he gets another mention later in this podcast as well. We're watching the gymnastics in the Sydney Olympics, and I think there's a gymnast with a last name Ham. And then Dad was watching it with us kids, and he fell off the rings or the parallel bars or something. It's that's not exactly bringing home the bacon by Ham.
Why do we not get your dad on the podcast?
It's good old fashioned gear, that, isn't it?
It's just, you don't get any better. No. Yeah, but I've never heard of Bacon Saver.
No, neither have I.
I've heard of Online Saver, Business Saver, never Bacon Saver.
Everyday saver account.
Yeah, ING, great people.
I don't think that's our bank account. Is it?
That's my personal one.
Oh, right. Well, it's all about you.
Yeah, exactly. But no, they were two very good jokes. Happy with that. Thank you, Andrew. We've also had a written one sent in from Gene. I absolutely love your dad joke, so here is one for you. Yesterday I went to the orthopedist and told him that I'm having problems with my back. He asked me, is it a bit stiff? I said, yeah, it is, but I'm actually worried about my back.
That is Gingus's gear. You're only upset about that because you do that every episode.
Yeah,
That's your joke.
I didn't have to write it down though, did I?
I'm pretty sure you do sometimes.
All those written jokes that we do suck most of the time. Anyway,
That one was good.
that was good.
Thank you, Gene. And you mentioned your dad coming up later in the episode. A couple of other things that are coming up. New jingle, which we really appreciate. For
You're
the game at the
joking.
end. No, yeah, new jingle. I was on the tools this afternoon.
I'm nervous.
And also, Skin's going into the weirdest injuries. We've got a couple of good answers that stems from Michael Clark being up Hillg.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, maybe. Who knows?
There's video evidence.
Yeah.
It's a pretty strong allegation.
Yeah.
But just before that, I did want to get your help if you are listening at home. We did it. Well, we do a segment. We sort of did a segment. It's been on hold a little bit called the Social Sin Bin, which is basically where we take aim at sort of some of the stupider comments written on social media. This isn't the best example, but it was things like this. I just found this one just before the episode there, where it's an update from the BBL. Cricket, and it says the Blundstone boundaries won't be able to contain these two. The Hurricanes Sixers square off tonight. It's just a bit of promo gear for Steve Smith and Tim David, right? Two that have hit the ball pretty far.
Yep.
And then Jeremy's just commented saying, I mean, it's not factually incorrect, but it's quite a weird place to write it. Tim David has 2 first names and Spencer Johnson has 2 last names.
Okay.
So,
And
Who's got the last name Spencer, by the way? Is it?
Diana Spencer.
Don't know him.
Adam Spencer.
Don't know him.
No, well, they're just people I know.
All right.
I'm sure there are other people that have the last name Spencer.
Yeah, sure. I've always considered Spencer a first name, but carry on.
I'm sure it can be both.
I would say
Evidently.
more last name.
Would you?
I would say more of a last name.
I think I've seen it more as a first name.
Okay.
Interesting debate. Let us know whether you've seen it more as.
I mean, there probably is more interesting debates than I would have thought.
Yeah, let's move back to the social situation.
No, we don't want to keep anyone in suspense.
Come on, Skip.
How? What do you mean how? It's not that hard.
That's pretty good. Yeah, I find it very hard.
Yeah, you do. No, I was actually talking about the joke.
Yeah, difficult.
Not his Johnson.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I got that one.
You can't
That's his last name.
Yeah.
but also first.
Yeah.
Anyway, the other example I had was, you know how everyone says, actually, you messaged me about, or you messaged us about this yesterday, the go woke, go broke thing. And how it's like how everyone says it now. All the time.
I hate the word woke. It's the most stupid like word used. Like people who say don't even know what it fucking means most of the time. It drives me fucking insane. Anyway,
Okay. That's my thing. But anyway, so you see that a lot. Like you won't go past any social media post without that being written. I'd never seen this though. It was about the project on Channel 10 saying that their ratings are down. And then this guy says, go joke with the news, go broke too. Turn them off ages ago. And he genuinely meant to say joke because they do jokes whilst reading the news. So he just made his own one. Like, go joke with the news.
Right. Okay. So essentially, like go joke, go broke.
Yeah.
But just
So
to
he's-
clarify,
instead
with the
of
news.
Go work. He's got
It's real
go
clunky.
joke, go joke, go broke. I mean, I hope it's not go joke, go broke. We're in trouble.
Yeah.
not really because we still are broke.
Yeah, I was going to say,
We're kind of banking on that one.
Went broke, went joke. Yeah. We went the other way. Anyway, but then we were thinking that we need to actually be like inclusive of funny comments as well, because we do have like you're in for a tweet at the end, but we also read a lot of like really good stuff, such as like these couple like hilarious comments. So there was a post from the Daily Mail saying Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban depart Australia via private jet, and this guy's comment was Sam's comment, I went to Noodlebox to get dinner in my own private Ford Ranger. And then Roger, me and a friend left Melbourne on a day trip the other day. the whole comment feed.
I love that stuff. When people take it way too fucking far, it's the best.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's
That's
dirty.
good gig.
And I had to give myself a little rap as well.
Oh, here we go. That's really good.
This
Yeah.
was from the We Got the Chocolates account. 435 likes on this comment. You
That's
know.
good.
Yeah,
That's good.
it was when cricket.com.au put up the scan of Cameron Green saying he batted through. What's it say? It says, "Yikes, Cameron Green batted at the G with his finger looking like this. Incredible." And it was like a skeletal
Is
scan.
it X-ray?
His X-ray. And I wrote, "Geez, it doesn't even have any skin on it." People loved it.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have got 2 likes out of us. 2 unsubscribes.
So anyway, what we feel like the social simid is no longer appropriate, so we sort of need your help for a new name that also highlights good comments as well. That is what we are looking for. So it can't be the social simid anymore. It needs to be something else. Do you have any ideas? Social, we talk about this or something like that. Hopefully you can do better.
Yeah, something inclusive. I don't know, social celebrations, but then that's not inclusive. Of
No,
the
it needs to be.
negative
You need to be
side.
able to do shit ones too.
Yeah.
So it just needs to be like a social sniff test or
to
something.
social must or dust.
And this is why we're getting other people.
Other people, please do our work for us.
So please help if you're listening. Send us an email. That's hello@wegotthechocolates.com.au and Gody, I'm throwing over to you.
Boys, I want to speak about stinking crowd behaviour. Now, we've spoken a little bit about this in the past, but it's brought up again some of the crowd behaviour at this year's Australian Open, which is hardly surprising. So Novak Djokovic is one of a couple of players who have sort of complained about the unruly behaviour of some members of the crowd. And I think my main man, Lethal, you got some audio for us.
I do indeed. Who it is?
You're kidding me. You know who it is? The guy's drunk out of his mind. From the first point, he's been provoking. He's not here to watch tennis. He just wants to get in my head. So I'm asking you, what are you going to do about it? You heard him at least 10 times. I heard him 50 times. What are you going to do about it?
Now, we've had enough to say about Novak on this podcast, but I'm actually a little bit on his side for
Yeah, I
this
thought
one
you
as
might
well.
be. 'Cause you've never been a big supporter of Novak, which makes me giggle. Now you're supporting him.
Like jump right on the other side of the fence. Now I love him. No,
What a man.
Yeah. The question I guess wanted to ask you guys is like, yes, the main point, people pay money to go to these sporting events. So they feel entitled to be able to, I guess, behave in a certain way or basically however they like and say whatever they like without any repercussion. What are your guys' thoughts on that? Because I have my own thoughts on it and I couldn't disagree anymore, to be honest with you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Well, my thoughts are there's probably got to be a line somewhere, and it's probably quite blurry. Like, as in, some exciting crowd behaviour makes the game more exciting, probably gets more people to tennis. That's Nick Curious's whole argument. But then at some point, like, you're just publicly intoxicated and being a menace, and you're probably going to get kicked out of anywhere you are, regardless of whether or not you've bought tickets to be there.
Well, you often do see people get like, for example, I mean, I don't think crowd behaviour as a general rule, that we also see some really positive crowd behaviour. Like, remember when in the South Africa test where the fastball, like Rabada was down at fine leg.
Doing the Murphy
the whole
stuff.
Bay 13 was doing like the Murphy stuff where they're copying his warm up and stuff. Like, that stuff's awesome. But you still see people, if you go to a cricket game, you see people that are intoxicated get kicked out all the time. Police come and escort them. And
for sure.
Well,
see you
speaking
later,
of
off you
cricket,
go.
like New Zealand cricket, Jimmy Neesham actually released a tweet ages ago. This is this time last year. No, 2 years ago. Fuck, it's 2023. Jesus Christ. Anyway. Yeah.
Did you know that Spencer Johnson has 2 last names?
Yeah. Skin. I've always found it weird that people think abusive sledging from the crowd to players is totally acceptable as long as it's not racist. I've signed autographs for kids on the boundary while grown men, I love that, while grown men behind them scream that I'm an effing C and everyone else laughs. It's weird.
Yeah, I do find that weird.
I do find that weird too. Like I sort of have the opinion, like, yeah, I guess you are entitled to, I mean, you've bought the ticket, you can go there. As long as you're not breaking a law, I guess it's fine. I just think you're a fucking loser.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
And weren't these guys wearing those in question in the Novak example? Weren't they wearing Where's Wally?
Honestly, again,
The
grown
whole
men.
purpose of Where's Wally is to go under the radar. That's literally what the book was invented, like on that premise. So if you dress as Where's Wally, you should be like hiding in the crowd.
Yeah.
You probably are going to stand out though, but
But like, as an adult, like, we're adults here. Do you think go to the crowd? Say, oh yes, I'm going to go to the tennis. I'm going to go antagonize Novak. That's what you've bought the ticket for.
Yeah, no,
well, if that's
a
true,
waste of money.
that's ridiculous.
That is ridiculous.
It does remind me a little bit of old mate from Happy Gilmore, though.
You
Pop it
will
up
not make this putt, you jackass. You're going to need a blanket and suntan lotion because you're never going to get off that beach.
Or maybe he was paid. He might have been paid.
He's
by
only
no
here to
basic
get in
payment.
my head.
But like surely players don't listen to that though.
Well, this is the other thing I think. I think tennis is a little bit. I do agree with a lot of things.
Well, they don't listen to advice that the
No.
playing spectators giving to them, do they?
You wouldn't think so, no. But I feel like tennis is a little bit more precious than other ground because it's so silent,
Yeah.
obviously. Like, you have to be quiet.
Individual sport as well.
Yeah. So you have to be quiet during the ball, whereas like you don't go to the cricket and you're like, oh, the bowler's running in, be quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like with
Which is
tennis,
strange because, like, in grade cricket, it is fairly quiet because no one comes to watch.
What do you mean?
with the way
But
you
like-
batted on the weekend skin.
That last man stands. Oh my God.
But yeah, like if a fielder calls out when the bowler's running in, like that's a big no-no because it's all quiet and you're breaking the batsman's concentration. But then when you get good at cricket, you just have to deal with that from thousands of people. I always found that a bit strange. But
I guess so.
Yeah.
A little story. Again, I mentioned Steve
please.
Godey. Yeah. So we, Dad and I are like massive Bunnies fans, and like on crowd behaviour, we went to a Bunnies game just when the Bunnies were just getting back into the comp. Went to watch them at Suncorp against the Broncos, and we went there early, as you do. We came from Bow Desert, caught the bus, and we were sitting there. The crowd was starting to build, and Rabbitohs winger Shannon Hegarty was like on the wing, practicing taking cross field kicks from like the halfback at the time, and like Shannon played for like Queensland and Australia, but it came to the Rabbos and then just all of a sudden just turned shit all of a sudden. I don't know why. And Dad had a gutful this day. And like in the warm up, he just kept spilling just like simple like bombs. And I was sitting there watching. I could see Dad's sort of tension building. He's like sitting next to me. I would have been like 13 or 14 at the time, just like seeing him watching. Anyways, jumped up and fucking spilled another one. And Dad, like in like semi-empty stadium, but enough people there to sort of blend in. He goes, "Catch the fucking ball, Shannon." And like Shannon Hegarty is like sort of stopped, like looked up into the crowd and was like looking for the person. Dad's sort of sitting there just going like,
oh shit, that is brilliant. Catch the ball.
"Catch the fucking ball, Shannon."
Buddy, poor
I
bloke.
like that. Because I get frustrated by like the people we sat in front of at the cricket yesterday. They're like, anytime, because like Spencer Johnson was bowling for the Brisbane Heat, trying to bowl wide Yorkers and like missed a couple of times because that's the big side of the field. And he was trying to bowl wide Yorkers and he bowled a wide.
So a good miss, like a good like that's a good
that's
place
true,
to miss.
If
Yeah,
you miss straight,
This bloke behind is just like, how do you bowl wides? You're a professional cricketer.
No, God.
They bowl wides like literally all the time. It's quite common.
Oh God.
So yeah, there are some lunatics that go and watch sporting games, that's for sure. Hey Skin, I was wondering specifically you because I know you studied chemistry.
Nope.
No, again every week.
Still not chemistry.
No.
No.
It was science related. What is it?
Yeah. Well, Bachelor of Science, majored in physics.
Oh, shit.
So like you do.
They're so similar.
Yeah.
chemistry.
Well, I mean, like you do
think that-
3 major sciences in high school, so like biology, chemistry, and physics, right?
Yeah.
You keep getting the wrong one, so it's not him, it's you.
No.
Yeah.
So
I
the
think
three
I had
major
to do-
sciences I did in high school were year 8, year 9 and year 10.
Very good. I think I did have to do one compulsory course in chemistry at some stage. So
well,
maybe I can help out.
Hopefully
a
you
little
learned
bit,
this, yeah. I was wondering, I went down to Adelaide during our time off over Christmas and obviously Adelaide quite well renowned for its wineries.
How's your body clock?
I mean, I'm still recovering. I've been back for 2.5 weeks. Can't quite work it out.
Waking up at midnight for some reason.
How am I ever going to get out of this jet lag? Anyway, yeah, so it's not too bad. But they convinced me. We went to this winery and they were like, nah, see, the great thing about drinking red wine is you don't get a hangover. And I've never been like a big red wine drinker. I've always drunk beers. That's more sort of my thing. But red wine, like I've had a couple of glasses here and there, but never enough to be like, okay, yeah,
E-jazz.
I've got nailed off of red wine. And so
What about my wedding?
what do we have then? Everything.
Everything.
I don't think I was avoiding a hangover that night. I would have, by that stage,
I just can't believe you fell for this, having watched Mum drink red wine our entire life. She's had some dusty hangovers, but
yeah, that's a good point. I don't
anyways.
know why I didn't think of that. But the body clock was out.
Yeah.
Not thinking
I
straight.
was awake at midnight and sleep at midday.
So anyway, they talked me into it. They're like, yeah, no, red wine's great. Like you don't get a hangover like you do with beers. So obviously I had to explore that
Yeah, I mean, you got to test the theory.
It was incredibly incorrect. I don't think I've ever had a more severe hangover the next day. Like I think
it's more headachy. With
it was. It was like I had a raging headache sitting there at breakfast.
I'm glad you said headache.
Even just ache, probably important to add. So I was sitting at breakfast, going like, "This is unbelievable! Like my head is exploding.
Yeah,
could not have been dustier." And so I don't think that the red wine thing is true remotely at all. So I was wondering if there. And then on Saturday night, I saw like one of my mates at the Sands again, same place. Jeez, somebody play. I need to go there all the time. What about the
Sounds like you do.
Whack a bumper sticker on their front door and see what happens.
Yeah, and they were drinking like vodka, red cordial, and water as their mixer. And I was like, what? Why? And they're like, because I don't get a hangover if I drink water during the night. It's like, interesting theory. Never checked in as to how that checked out. But I was wondering with your science background, Skin, is there anything that you think that any science behind something that actually could avoid hangovers?
Yeah, I've come up with a few things. And well, my first gut instinct was always that. I've always thought if you want to avoid a hangover, the best thing to drink is a vodka water because you're essentially hydrating yourself at the same time as you're drinking.
Funny story, actually. That reminds me. When we were at your unit down the coast, me and Adam Lockhart Krause has been brought up. He's the guy that wore the
Fox hat on a plane.
Fox hat on a plane.
Yeah.
Travelled when they won the premiership.
Right.
So we've spoken about him on the
man.
podcast before. We went to go to his unit and it was a public holiday, so nothing open for mixers. And so we drank scotch and water. That was the mixer he chose. He's like, oh, well, we can't not drink. We'll have to drink water.
Hangover?
Bad.
Raging.
Okay. Yeah, well, I would have thought, I think the hydration would just help with the like headaches and stuff. But anyways, so I found a study. So obviously as the alcohol ferments, it produces ethanol, which is the alcohol that everyone's interested in that you drink to get drunk, I assume, or whatever you're doing. But it also produces other stuff, compounds like methanol and acetone, I think is one, and they call them congeners. And essentially, yeah, there was a 2013 study, I think, that said that the more congeners there are, the worse the hangover, and the less, the better. And unfortunately for your rejection of Adelaide's theory, red wine is pretty low in congeners. I think it's like the third lowest in this study reported. So yeah, you want to be drinking either beer, wine, or vodka. Vodka. And you do not want to be drinking brandy, whiskey, or fortified wine.
What's fortified wine?
Port.
Port.
Yeah.
Port.
Adelaide.
Yeah. And then, but then all of these studies also mentioned, which I remembered from my one chemistry course, where we did talk a little bit about alcohol consumption, is essentially the main factor in how hungover you are is quantity of alcohol consumed. And then
Knock me down with a feather skin. The more you drink, the more hungover you're going to be. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
That's weird. I just thought someone must have spiked one of those 27 glasses.
Yeah.
I had.
And then we were just trying to come up with all these theories about you could eat more food and it would help out and stuff. And no, apparently none of that really helps all that much either. And the best thing you can do to get rid of a hangover is wait.
Thanks.
Yeah, just wait. Just time.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's it.
No,
I
time
think if
time heals all wounds.
if you have the belief in your head as well, I think it's such a mental thing. Like hangover is an attitude.
And a movie.
And a movie.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Because a few movies.
Yeah. I don't reckon you can sit in self-pity with a hangover.
You just got to get out.
You just got to do it.
Brave
You
face.
just got to do it. Especially like even now, like not that I've had too many with the kids involved. Hungover parenting is one of the worst possible things you could do.
It doesn't sound fun.
Nah, it's terrible.
No. But luckily your son is very quiet.
No, yeah, he's good. No,
His first day of school today. Actually.
he had a blast. He good, really good day. I don't know where you want me to go with that, but no, hungover parenting is one of those things where it's just like there's absolutely nothing you can do to avoid the pain that you're going through in your head, but you've just got to do it, and that's led to me believe. So okay, well, I understand I'm hungover. I've just got to do stuff to take my mind off it. Mow the lawn.
All right.
Good idea.
I like it.
What about someone else who might have experienced a hangover recently, Skin? M. Clark.
Yes, I assume you would have.
Physical and emotional hangover.
Lovely segue. Yeah, so I'm sure.
That was A grade, actually.
Yeah,
I think I've actually really improved recently with that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just driving.
Yep.
Just get my
I
hours
told
up.
you last week to just be a little bit better, and look at you go.
Yeah.
It's amazing that specific feedback. Just what that meant to me.
Nice constructive criticism. Just very helpful.
In all facets, just be a little bit better.
No, that is excellent. I'm sure anyone who's not living under a rock or
outside of Australia.
Or outside of Australia. Probably if you're outside of Australia, you don't care that much. But yeah, I assume most people would have heard about Michael Clarke. He's had a rough week. A video leaked of him having a fairly public argument with his wife, partner.
Nah, just girlfriend.
Girlfriend.
Okay.
Wow.
I mean, it doesn't really change the principle. Girlfriend.
Yeah. Not ideal. Anyways, I mean, it was pretty funny. But
Which part was funny?
I've kind of found the whole thing pretty funny. I'm sure like everyone else has covered the details of it already, so we don't need to go into too much depth. But the part I found the funniest was him walking away from this segment. He's walking closer to the person who's filming him, and he's like obviously ripped his hamstring or something. Somehow pulled a hammy in amongst all this, and he's like hobbling over, abusing Carl Stefanovic. Like,
Carlos, you.
how the hell is Carl there? I'm not. Anyway,
No, they're dating sisters.
yeah,
But did anyone ever establish what Carlos had done wrong aside from be there?
No, I don't. No, I don't think
He wanted to run it on the Today Show the next morning.
Hey man, do you mind if we do a live cross? Stay there for a
Stay
second.
there a sec. Bit longer.
Oh no, this is sunrise.
Yeah, so no, it was great viewing for everyone, probably except for Michael Clarke, I suppose. And yeah, I think he released a public statement like apologising for his actions. Fair enough, but then went on the radio this week and like completely just ignored it and said nothing. And that was the only thing.
What do you say?
Yeah, well, nothing really. Yeah. But that was the people on the radio were like not peppering him with questions about it, but just like sort of nudged at that, like, you got a pretty big bruise on your hamstring, mate. Like how'd that all come about? And he was like, no, it's on the mend. Oh, ready to go. Yeah.
The radio station, because like all these companies came out and said like, nah, we're dropping our sponsorship with him, blah, blah, blah. And then the radio station came out and was like, nah, he'll keep his job with us. It was a private matter. It's like, that's the least private. I don't think private means what you think it means. It's like, that wasn't
where it's
really
all over social media,
doors.
it's a little bit public.
Yeah, but the old injury, the hamstring injury, and amongst all that, did give me a good giggle.
Yeah, and so that prompted us to chuck up on our socials today, asking the Chockies if they've got any little stories of sort of funny injuries, outrageous injuries. What's the weirdest way that you've been injured? The example I have, not me personally, but from my life, Eloise messaged me today and said this reminded her of herself. Last year, she managed to slip a disc in her back by sneezing.
Oh, I did that the first time I ever did my back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How does that happen?
Well, you sneeze and one of your vertebrae goes.
Yeah, well, okay.
Yeah.
I guess it checks out.
Yeah, I mean, it does. It
hurts too.
It sounded like when she did it, I just assumed she was like an 80-year-old woman. It sounds like an issue you would have.
It does sound like that. Because Andrew also
I was
wrote
not
in
expecting
saying,
a 24-year-old to suffer from a slip disc after sneezing.
Yeah. Well, Andrew got a slip disc as well, threw my back out, opening my sock drawer.
What were you getting out of your sock drawer, mate?
No, he obviously had a lot of socks, weight bearing and troubling. I guess he was probably getting socks.
Probably socks. Yeah.
Someone sent in their boss tore an ACL doing the Eagle Rock pants down at a Christmas party.
Oh, yeah, that happens.
What are your thoughts on that too, by the way? Side topic.
Well, I thought it was way more common than apparently what it is.
Yeah, I've had that issue as well.
I think it harms.
Okay. Did you not think it was common? I do it all the time, and then apparently, like, I did it at one place that no one else was doing it.
Church.
I don't think it's big in churches, no. I did it at... What are you going to say?
No, not a thing. Not one single thing.
Great decision.
I know that if you're saying you're not going to say it, that's where we just move on. Don't try and get that out of you.
Yes, yeah. No, very good. But yeah, I did that at a wedding recently. The dance floor was pumping, the Eagle Rock came on, and I dropped the Dax and turned around, and pretty much everyone except for like two other blokes had vacated. It was just the three of us walking around the dance floor.
I hate it. I hate everything about it.
You've never done it?
No, not that I can recall. No.
What about after a big night of Scotch and waters?
No, just fucking walk briskly away.
All right. The knees were in trouble. Hey, what about I had as well this read that one. Taking ornaments off the Christmas tree, tore my meniscus.
That's rough.
That is rough.
How does that happen?
Surely.
Yeah.
Maybe slipped on an ornament.
Home Alone style.
What about...
That is a good movie.
Oh, yeah, great film.
Skin hates it.
Lennox says, riding my bike and slipped on a banana peel. Are you sure you weren't
playing fucking Mario Kart?
Are you sure that wasn't Luigi?
You were Bowser, weren't you?
Yeah, I found that tough to believe.
That is hard to believe.
This is unlucky from Reenie McLean. Having a fork get stuck in between your fingers trying to save it from falling off the table.
What?
That's unlucky.
That's very unlucky.
That's not the best.
So wait, he's gone catch.
Yeah, so fork falling off, bang, I reckon in the webbing.
I guess he did catch it at least,
Yeah.
so he saved the fork.
That's out. Marnus Labuschagne style.
He never gets caught. And then I had my mate on my shoulders at a music festival, loving life. I now have 3 prolapse discs.
Yeah, that's not good.
That's rough.
That
That's
makes sense, though,
That's from Will.
depending on the size of your mate, I suppose.
Will Wilkinson. Do you reckon that's his name?
Yep.
Will Wilkinson.
Dude.
Where there's a Will, there's another Will.
Well done, son.
This one comes from Belligerent Goat. I just assume it's missing context. He says, watching a cricket match, my brother broke 3 fingers.
Watching.
Yeah, that's what I don't get. I assume he's like got to catch a ball in the crowd or something, but I just can't help but picturing someone sitting there watching a cricket match.
Gosh, that sounds hot.
Have you ever hurt yourself in a weird way?
I had last year. I was walking around with a black eye. Remember when I did that classic Black Eyed Peas gag?
Yeah.
Because we were drinking after a cricket game.
Red wine?
No, we're doing. No, it wasn't red wine. It was just beers, and there's a proper AFL umpire was playing in our club, and so we started
that's right.
holding the ball,
Yes.
trying to
Recall.
pretend to and holding the balls, and straight elbows straight in the eye, and black eye for like 3 weeks.
That's unlucky.
Yeah, that was
Pretty, pretty ordinary.
I cramped after a cricket game one day, about 30 overs in a day. And it was like a day like this in Brisbane, fucking hot and humid. And I fell out of the car in between the 2 cars in my garage. And I was crying out to Kathleen for help, but she had girlfriends out the back listening to fucking Taylor Swift having Chardonnays and cheese. But I'm yelling in there for 15 minutes. I need help. I need help. I can hear this music blaring, and I'm just I need help. ASAP. I'm ringing in, no answer. I'm just and she's like, oh, I thought I heard something.
Oh, God.
Thanks, Al.
Okay, I've got the laptop out because it is that time of the evening. I assume we're all familiar with Google autofill, where you're sort of halfway through typing in something that you want to Google and then it starts recommending popular searches. We use that process to play a game called Google Feud. Now, this is the debut of the Google Feud jingle. Everyone got their headphones on, turned up,
here
ready
we
to go. Warning, there is some layering.
No. Oh, good.
Yeah, we're playing Google Feud. Come on, choose a category or 2. I'm gonna tell you what to do. Yeah, playing it is cool. I will soon tell you all the rules, and you can play along with the crew. Yeah, we're playing Google Feud. You gotta stop singing, okay?
So, immediate thoughts.
Holy.
It's,
Dave's happy with it. Dave,
Yeah, but it's just
do you want to
just
start? Do you
more
want to speak first?
Oh,
There
my
are
Lord.
this beast is evolving, right? This product that we're growing, it's evolving.
Yeah.
We're going good.
Our production should be getting better.
No, but it's not even just there are so many things that we could be doing, as an organisation, right?
Yeah.
There's so many avenues we could be exploring, blah blah blah. He would have spent 6 hours on that this afternoon.
So how long did that take me? Half an hour. That's all right.
What about the recording though?
I'd be happy with half an hour.
Sheesh. That's a marathon.
That's twice.
Great, really.
Yeah, that's good. Excellent.
Anyway,
Okay.
so that's
Yeah,
a
so
Google
the game,
Feud jingle.
yeah.
Anyway,
Right.
I think that's judging by the standards, that's pretty good feedback. I've heard worse from you guys. So I'm happy. I'm claiming that. Anyway, it is
you wanna
obviously wonderful to look at just what people are asking Google. It works exactly like Family Feud, this game. Google Feud, Family Feud. Mitch and Gertie play against each other to see who can get the highest score after 3 rounds. Play along as you are listening as well. You are trying to find the highest searched questions, beginning with the phrase that I give you.
Nice.
How to get rich off. It's rich isn't a person.
Well, what you do is
Half an hour.
I'm going to say crypto.
Oh, genius.
Okay. That is the second highest answer with 9,000. Well done, Gertie.
Jeez. I want to say real estate then.
Okay. Yeah, that's on there. How to get rich off real estate's only worth 4,000. Dave, you're writing these down. Goaty is on 9,000. Skin is on 4,000.
Okay.
How to get rich off stocks was the biggest with 10,000. That's infuriating. Bad luck. Okay.
You say infuriating.
This one should be good.
This will be good.
This is pretty easy.
Is it?
Whose turn to go first?
Mine, I think.
Yeah. Well done. Okay. Here it is. Sparkling.
Water.
Top answer. There's more. There is more.
Fuck, I don't know.
Come on, man.
Wine.
Well done.
Oh, genius.
8,000.
Good. Just a little bonus.
That is helpful. So if you can't get the top answer, then
Yeah,
you
just-
go.
So I'm 14, you're 17, I think.
Oh, I'm actually
Dave's
I'm
doing
turning
the
33 in April, but yeah.
Do you want to give out your address as well? We usually do that.
Skin.
All right, next. Here we go. Oh, this is good.
Is it?
Yeah. Do fish ever go to your turn to go first, I believe?
I'm going to say drink.
Oh, okay. Skin, can you? Yeah. All right, I've got 4,000 points for you. Do fish ever drink water?
What were you fucking umming and ahhing about that for?
That's very low.
We're not going to drink fucking soft drink, are they?
You ever see a fish sipping on a coffee? Yeah. Trying to refuel
He
great
loves
people.
his latte art, a cappuccino and a latte and a fucking flat white, all the same thing with some flowers on it. Grow up.
Always take him down to the pub for a beer. Great bloke.
All right, Skid, what have you got? Do fish
Career
ever?
website. Sleep.
Oh, 9,000, Skin. Well done. And the reason for my confusion was the top answer, 10,000, is do fish ever get thirsty?
I hate you.
How's that my fault? I'm not the Google Feud guy.
You're acting like it.
That's 3 rounds. Do you want to go another one? What's
Sure.
the
It's
result?
been such a
Give
great game so
us
far.
one
Everyone
more.
loves it. That's really good.
Tiebreaker.
Oh, I can't. I'm up to see results. So, so Dave, you can
It's up there for the worst segment we run thus far.
That is, yeah, that's the least smooth seg we've done in a long time.
Yeah, since episode 41, I reckon.
Dave, do you want to give us what do you got? Yeah, get on the mic. Give us a rundown. Who's won?
Skin is the winner on 23,000. Goaty close second on 21,000.
Shit out of luck.
It's a good game.
Yeah.
Ended up as a nice.
Put my hand in the back bucket of mud and pull out a turd. Skin.
Calm down. That's the Aussie bloody. Where's Wally?
Where's Wally and
That's the
Novak
Australian Open.
Doing a Mexican wave.
Give it a spell, boys.
The Mexican wave does suck, I reckon.
There's
Yeah,
so
actually,
many
I should
things
say.
we do in crowds. It's for another day. So many things we do in crowds in Australia that really do suck. But anyway.
Kiss cam.
Yeah, right
That
up
sucks.
there.
Yeah, that's right there. That's
Yeah.
not just Australian, though, to be fair.
There you go.
I reckon the "you are a wanker" one's another one that sucks as well.
Yep.
The grown
Can't
men,
say there's
grown
much
men
in
crawling
it,
that. Yeah, but grown men are doing that. Anywho,
I don't know why I went so blank there. I'm just trying to think,
Yes, they
would
are.
you consider me a grown man?
I think anyone over the age. I mean, anyone over the age of 25.
Right.
I reckon it's a grown
Because
man.
I'm still waiting for my growth spurt,
Yeah.
but I'm actually...
I've heard that.
Yeah. Sorry, you're an old man. You're still growing.
Yeah. All right, you're in for a tweet time, guy.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Oh, no. Here I am. It's all right. I'll come back to it.
No, good, excellent. Anyway.
Nice. Worth the wait.
So Marcus Wong, he's certainly not wrong about this. Is it just me, or is the new bus interchange at Ballarat Station a sea of concrete from footpath to bus bay to road with zero trees? And then Doctor's Latin Caratic, I might be crazy, but buses don't normally drive on trees. That's it. That's all I got.
Okay. So he was, in fact, Wong about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, well, I mean, there is concrete, but yeah. Anyway.
I'm not sure what was better out of you in for a tweet and Google Feud. I think we
Oh, you're in for a treat. Google Feud was fucking terrible.
We
let
definitely
people be the
peaked
judge.
early this episode.
Yeah.
Normally we save our best gear for the last 15 minutes, but
No,
not to
that's
be.
we're
Yeah.
A-framing it. A-framing right at the top. I like that. Perfect. Rightio, that is another episode of the We Got the Chocolates podcast complete. We welcome you to be a part of the Chockies crew and get around us on the socials or at the website.
Yeah, please do. Website is wegotthechocolates.com.au. You can write in a little submission on our Contact Us page if you would like to do that, or you can also submit a voice recording down the bottom. The socials, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat, TikTok, Twitter should just be We Got the Chocolates on all those things.
What a list.
There's a few of them.
Be real.
growing. Yeah.
No, we're not on that.
Not yet. One day. Yeah. Discord, Reddit, we'll get there. Anyways, reach out to us over there if you got anything.
Beautiful. Ratings, reviews, Spotify, Apple.
You're like the kid that just writes bullet points.
Nah,
Such a specific call to action.
This time of the show, I've had a Gary. You understand that, right?
Maybe after Google Feud.
After Google Feud, yeah.
Spotify, Apple, Google, just listing major companies.
But don't actually get
This
me
is
wrong.
the
It's
S&P
not-
500.
It's not because I lost Google Feud. It was just more about how it went.
Yeah, Microsoft,
Swimmingly.
great people.
Swimmingly. Wonderful. Google. $1,000 a week, Google.
So just remember that if you are finding ways to get out with your mates and have a laugh throughout the week, then you are absolutely getting the chocolates. We love having you here, and we'll speak to you again this time next week. And as always, good luck in the future. And that's Stumps.
Well, that's the podcast. So what the hell are you still doing here? Go and get the chocolates, you marvelous beast.